are assuming that these 4chan people have produced some legitimate evidence of an assault.
Well, there is, I mean, this video is evidence of assault, and it's legitimate. Whether or not it was your client is the outstanding question. But I'm much more interested in the growing tolerance on the left for political violence and the excuses that people seem to make, including the one that you just appeared to make, for it. When you say they were waving Nazi flags, who's not opposed to that? I'm totally opposed to that. But that's a very different thing that's protected by the First Amendment. Hitting someone in the head and assaulting him is not. And so I don't know why you'd even bring that up except to excuse it.
I'm not bringing it up to excuse it. I'm saying that I'm not assuming that the snippet of video which you played demonstrates what occurred. You know, I believe I've seen the same video a dozen times, and it lasts for all of about 10 seconds. You don't know what occurred beforehand that led to whatever we saw on the video. So, yeah, I agree. There's no excuse for using deadly force against peaceful protesters, whether they're conservative or right-wing or left-wing.
I'm totally missing, like, what could possibly be on that video that we haven't seen that would excuse that behavior? Like, think of something, just make something up that would explain that behavior.
I don't have to make something up. You know, there's a law of self-defense in this country which allows you to use reasonable force to protect people or to protect yourself. Now, we've been at these rallies where these alt-rightists have stabbed people. We had the incident in Portland, Oregon just the other day. So for you to suggest that these right-wingers are peaceful supporters of the First Amendment is ridiculous.
But that's totally been debunked. The guy who's been charged with the 2 murders in Portland was not an alt-right guy. He was not a Trump supporter. He was a Bernie Sanders supporter and a Jill Stein supporter.
Oh,
so, like,
come on. You know, he yells at this woman wearing a headscarf, and then he gets up in court today and says, I'm not a terrorist,
maybe you should do a little research before you go popping off on television. It's his statement, not mine. It's not a close call. He says, I did not vote for Trump. I support Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein. Now, the guy looks like a wacko to me, but to lay it at the feet of Trump supporters is just wrong by his own description.
I guess we should believe everything the guy says. I agree with you on one thing. He's clearly a wacko of sorts. You know, there was a protest up in Sacramento 2 months ago where 9 people were stabbed by these right-wingers. So I hope we're not pretending that this is a peaceful protest in support of the Constitution.
We're looking at a video. I mean, this is like grotesque. This is like upside down world. We're looking at a video of a guy who you apparently, you say you're not, others say you are representing against felony charges, who's a leftist, who is hitting a guy who's not doing anything in the video, and it's long enough to assess that, and you're saying the real problem is something else that happened somewhere else? I mean, we're looking at video of a leftist hitting a guy.
You're looking at 10 seconds of video. There's not proof that this was Professor Clanton in that video. And again, you're not looking at what happened before that assault or apparent assault.
Okay, so the guy who was standing with someone else in between him was somehow attacking the guy in the black mask with a bike lock in his hand. Pardon me if I don't find that plausible. Really quickly, is your client saying he wasn't there? Is that his position?
He's saying that he is innocent of the charges. He's relying on the well-established principle of American law that he is innocent until proven guilty.
No one contests that.
And that it is the responsibility of the prosecution to introduce evidence
was he there or not?
And prove that he is guilty.
Was he at the rally?
That will come out in court.
Okay, we'll be watching. Dan, thanks.